in walked Cherjikov's respected superior, General Mikhail Brassilhoff.
Good evening, General.
Yes, good evening.
Permit me, sir. I am Cherdyakov, Ivan Ilyich. This is a great honor for me, sir.
Yes.
Like yourself, dear General, I, too, serve the Ministry of Public Parks. And that is to say, I serve you, who is indeed himself the Minister of Public Parks. I am the Chief Assistant Clerk of Trees and Bushes.
Yes, keep up the good work. Lovely trees and bushes is here. Very nice.
Excuse me, General. My wife would like very much to meet you. This is she, Madam Cherdyakov.
How do you do?
My pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure, General.
How do you do?
Madam Brassilhoff? Madam Cherdyakov.
How do you do, Madam Brazilov?
How do you do?
I just had the pleasure of meeting your husband.
And I am my wife's husband. How do you do, Madam Brassilhoff?
Sorry. Terribly sorry.
I hope you enjoy the play, sir.
I will if I can watch it.
Feeling quite proud of himself for having made the most of this golden opportunity, Cherjikov sat back to enjoy the bearded countess. He was no longer a stranger with the minister. He was, if one wanted to be generous about the matter, familiar with him. And then, quite suddenly, like a bolt from a thundering gray sky, Cherjikov reared his head back and...
Oh, my goodness, I am so sorry, Your Excellency. Please forgive me, I'm so sorry.
Right, it's all right.
All right? Oh, certainly not all right. It was unpardonable. It was monstrous of me.
Forget it.
I cannot forget it. Sir, permit me to wipe your neck. It's the least I can do.
Leave it be, it's all right, I say.
But I splattered you, sir. Your complete head is splattered. It was an accident, I assure you, but it's really disgusting.
Sorry, my apologies.
Yes. The thing is, Your Excellency, it came completely without warning. It was out of my nose before I could stifle it. It's not a cold if that's what you're wondering about, sir. Probably a particle of dust in the nostril.
Try as he might, Cherjikov could not put the matter into the back of his mind. The sneeze, no more than a mere anatomical accident, grew out of all proportions inside of Cherjikov's mind, until it resembled that of a cannon being aimed squarely at the enemy camp. Cherjikov slowed down the process.
Oh no! Why?
Charming. Charming.
Yes, charming.
Charming. Simply charming, wasn't it, my dear?
I found her utterly charming.
I was utterly charmed by it.
Excuse me, Excellency.
Tapping. Someone's tapping me. Who's that tapping?
I'm tapping, sir. I'm the tapper, Cherdyakov.
Stand back, dear, it's the sneezer.
No, it's all right. I'm all sneezed out. I was just concerned with you going out into the night air with the damp head.
Oh, that. Forget it, young man. A mere trifle. A faux pas. An amusing play, don't you think? Did you find it amusing?
Amusing. Oh yes, very much so. Very, very amusing. So true. I haven't laughed so much in years.
What amused you the
To
most?
sneeze. When I sneeze on you. It was unforgivable, sir.
Forget it, young man. Come, my dear. It looks like rain. Don't want to get my head wet again.
You must let people sneeze on you, dear, and not to be sneezed at.
I'm ruined. Ruined! He'll have me fired from trees and bushes. He'll move me down to branches and twigs.
Come, Ivan.
What?
You mustn't let it concern you. It was just a harmless little sneeze. The general's probably forgotten it already.
You really think so?
No, I'm scared, Ivan.
And so, they walked home in despair.
Perhaps I should send the general a gift. Maybe some nice Turkish towels.
Cherjikov's once promising career had quite literally been blown away.
Oh, why did this happen to me? Why did we go to the theater at all? Why didn't we sit with people of our own class? They love sneezing on each other.
Come to bed, Ivan.
Perhaps I should call in the general and explain matters again. But this time, in such a charming, honest, self-effacing manner, you would have no choice but to forgive me.
Maybe it's best not to remind
No. If I ever expect to become a gentleman, I must behave like one.
And so, the morning came. It just so happened this was the day that the minister listened to petitions. And since there were about 50 or 60 petitions ahead of Cherjikov, he waited from early morning till late afternoon.
Next. Next!
I'm not next, Your Excellency. I'm last.
Very well then. Last.
That's me, sir.
Well, what is your petition?
I have no petition, sir. I'm not a petitioner.
Then you waste my time.
Do you not recognize me, Excellency? We met last night under rather explosive circumstances. I am the splatterer.
What?
The sneezer. The one who sneezed. The sneezing splatterer.
Indeed, and what does he want now? A gesundheit?
No, Excellency. Your forgiveness. I just wanted to point out that there was no political or antisocial motivation behind my sneeze. It was a non-partisan, non-violent act of God. I curse the day that Bashirman formed itself on my face. It's a hateful nose, sir, and I am not responsible for its indiscretions. Punish that which committed the crime, but absolve the innocent body behind it. Exile my nose, your kindship, but forgive me. Please. Do not give...
I'm not angry with your nose! I've no time for your nasal problems. I suggest you go home. Take a hot bath. Or a cold one. Take something. But don't bother me with this silly business again. Gibber. That's all I hear all day.
Oh, God bless you, your wife, and your household. May your days be sweet, and may your nights be sweeter than your days.
The feeling that came over Cherjikov was enormous.
May the birds sing in your window in the morning, and may the coffee in your cup be strong and hot.
The weight of the burden that was lifted was inestimable.
Oh, General, I worship the chair you sit on, and the uniform that you wear that sits on the chair that I worship.
He walked home, whistling and singing like a lark.
Oh, God, I am happy! And yet?
When Cherjikov arrived home, he began to think.
Have I been the butt of a cruel and thoughtless joke?
Had the minister toyed with him?
If he had no intention of punishing me, why did he torment me so unmercifully?
If it meant so little to the minister, then why did he cause Cherjikov to writhe in his bed at night?
To twist and turn in agony the entire night?
Cherjikov was furious.
I am
He
furious!
foamed and fumed and stormed through his house until he called for his wife, Sonia!
I've been humiliated!
You, Ivan? Who would humiliate you? You're such a kind and generous person.
Who? I'll tell you who. General Brasselhoff, Minister of Public Parks.
What did he do?
The swine! I was humiliated in such subtle fashion it was almost indiscernible. The man's cunning is equal only to his cruelty. He practically forced me to come to his office and grovel and beg on my knees. I was reduced to a gibbering idiot.
He was that reduced?
I must go back and tell him what I think of him. Oh, no. The lower classes must speak up. The world must be made safe so that men of all nations and creed, regardless of race or religion, will be free to sneeze on their superiors. It is he who will be humiliated by I!
So in the morning, Cherjikov arrived to humiliate.
Last. Well?
Well, you say? Do you not recognize me, Excellency? Look at my face. Yes, you're quite right. It is I, once again.
It is you once again who?
Cherjikov, Excellency. I returned. I haven't taken neither a hot bath nor a cold one.
Who let this filthy man in? What is it he wants?
What is it? What is it, you ask? You sit there behind your desk and ask, what is it? You sit there in your lofty position as General and Minister of Public Parks and ask me, a lowly civil servant, what is it? You sit there with full knowledge that there is no equality in this life, that there are those of us that serve and those of us that serve, those that obey and those that are obeying, those that bow and those that are bowed to, that in this life certain events take place that cause some of us humiliation, and some that are the cause of that humiliation, and still you ask, what is it?
What is it? Don't stand there gibbering like an idiot. Tell me what it is you want.
I will tell you what I want! I want to apologize again for sneezing at you. I really.
Out! Out, you fool! Imbecile! Idiot! What is your name?
Chernikov!
Germ spreader! You maggot! You insect! You are lower than an insect. You're the second cousin to a cockroach! The son-in-law of a bedbug! The nephew to a wingworm! You are nothing! Nothing, do you hear me? Nothing!
It was at that moment something broke loose inside of Cherchikov. Something so deep, so vital, so organic. It could only be described as the very life essence itself. What happened next was quite simple. Cherchikov walked home, removed his coat, lay down on the sofa, and died.